Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield back in Orlando, and I have to be honest, I love Cirque du Soleil. It's always a pleasure to see a new show because it's exciting and you don't know what's going to happen next. And we're here today at Disney to see the brilliant La Nouba, which is just spectacular. We're joined by Claire Wright. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm delicious, and I've just enjoyed myself for the last 90 minutes. We'll talk about that next. And Silawani, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
You are both gorgeous. I feel as if whenever I see these shows, I'm not enough man because everybody in it's delicious and have huge muscles. You must think I'm some sort of Shrek.
Claire can answer that one.
I'm not sure about that. I don't have the muscles anymore, but we try and keep in shape for this.
I noticed neither of you are denying that I look like Shrek, but anyway, listen, I've just sat through another 90 minutes of Cirque du Soleil, and I can't lie. I mean, these are the best shows in the world. They know how to do the lights, they know how to do the theatrics, the way they get everything on and off is just so brilliant. And we saw a 6 o'clock show, which in England, I do warm up for TV. It would have been a disaster. They'd have been sort of clapping. No. They were fabulous, weren't they?
We had a great audience tonight. It's really good. We have a break next week, and this is our last day, and it's been fantastic to come in here and have 2,000 people cheering like it's the first show they've ever seen. It was awesome.
Yeah. Are you a little like me? I mean, do you give a good performance if you get a lot back, and if they don't give much, you just think, oh, screw it, it's your own fault?
Well, I mean, as a professional, you got to do the best all the time. But
yes,
today,
I meant that.
Like today, all I had to do was just sing a little bit, and they were excited. So it makes our job very, very easy when the audience is great.
God has touched your throat. I mean, you just have the most beautiful pipes. Congratulations.
Oh,
you filled that theatre, and I could have listened to you all night. And again, this is what Cirque does. It gives you 500 shows within the show. We could just watch you, or we could watch you, or we could watch the band, or the lighting, or the guys at the front. They love to distract, don't they?
A little bit.
They do. And I haven't seen the show for a few years now, but I know that whenever I saw the show, I didn't even realize some of the things that are in there. And you look up to the ceiling and there's something going on, and you look to stage right, something going on, stage left, something going on. Yeah, you can come back a million times and not have seen everything.
So what's it about? I mean, how do we do it justice? The first time I saw Car in Las Vegas, I couldn't explain how magnificent this thing was. Words don't kind of explain how much goes into it. Could you try for me?
Well, I've only been here for a year, and to tell you the truth, I'm still moved just like you. I'm from the theatrical side of things, which is Broadway, and this is nothing like it. So I'm still fresh. I'm still very excited. So Claire, maybe you can say more about this because she's been here for a little bit. I mean, she's done it longer, but.
Well, I've been here for 5 years, and I'm the same as you. Like, I love this show. The first time I saw it was 2004. I came here in 2008, and I've been here for 5 years now. So the show has so much color. It has the sound. Like, Silawani is an amazing singer. Ray Farah, the singer, is absolutely fantastic too. The lighting is great. Like, everything. It's a huge package that goes into a 90-minute show, and the work that goes on behind the scenes is phenomenal too. Like, it's a fun show. It is.
Yeah, and the other day, like I think it was Tuesday, and I was like literally sang the first song, which is High Wire. And after that, I went into the little booth where I go up, and they were like, "How are you feeling today?" The sound people. I was like, "Oh my God, this show is so good, I could cry right now." Like, literally, and that's how good it is, even for me. And I'm in it every day, and just to be part of this is really incredible, and I'm moved every day. Sometimes I'm scared because they do a little crazy stuff on there. I'm always on the edge, but it's good for me. It's good for me. I love it. I love it.
Silawani, we're going to talk about your career in a minute. Let's talk about you first, Claire. I mean, firstly, what amazes me about the show, I don't think it could be on in Britain. Health and safety wouldn't sign off the bike, for example. If that goes wrong, 4 people on the front row are going to die, aren't they? I mean,
well, we have lots of shows that come to the Albert Hall, and we have the touring shows that come around, and yeah, it's a risky job, but we've all trained for years and years for this. I competed for 22 years before I even came here. So.
And you're only 24. It's marvelous.
Oh yeah, 24. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm going to be 34 this year, and I grew up in a gym. My parents are gymnastics coaches, so from 5 days old I was in a gym. So, and I think a lot of people here are from circus. They came from circus families, so we've all trained a long time to make sure that it's a safe show and it's a fun show.
And you're all at the top of your game. I mean, you do push limits. That's what this is about, vocally, physically, theatrically. literally everything is taken to the nth degree, and you do literally get within a quarter of an inch of the end of the stage. That's the point. The audience have to sort of feel, is he going to make it? And of course, on the high wire stuff, incredibly moving to watch. And it's facilitated by your voice. You sort of tell the story through song. There's no spoken word in any Cirque du Soleil show, as far as I'm aware. Your background, you did Broadway. Tell us about it.
Well, I came from Lion King, and I did it for 12 years, and I just needed change, and this opportunity came. One of the stage managers used to be in Lion King, and she was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm still in Lion King," and she was like, "We're looking for a singer," and I was like, "Oh, that's me, And so when the opportunity came, I just didn't know what to expect. I've seen Cirque shows, so to be part of this, and I didn't think I was going to get any emotional, move or anything like. But with Lion King, everything is so emotional, and it's like literally, I'm from Africa, so I totally get the lions and all that stuff. But coming from this side of things, to sing, and while people are doing all the crazy stuff on stage, I never thought I would be like shaking sometimes and be moved by it. But it's really incredible. It's incredible.
It's all in the writing. I mean, I've seen Lion King 400 times. Kissy Simmons, you may have worked with on Broadway. We had her on the show many times. Yeah. These are incredible performers again. And again, I've got to say, gospel roots. I mean, there's a voice there that you can't be trained for.
No, you cannot. Totally. I'm grateful for that I grew up in church as well. That has helped me, but the African stuff too. My voice, I mean, I'm just grateful that I was introduced to all sorts of music growing up, because I wouldn't be able to do this. I wouldn't sing gibberish like that and still move somebody. You know what I mean? That's like something else. And every time, I sang, she used to say, "Oh my God, your voice, you give me goosebumps." I'm like, I can't believe I'm not saying anything and people are moved by it. So I know that it's just talent, and I'm grateful for the gift. And to be part of this gifted group of people, I don't take it lightly on a daily basis.
Well, you absolutely made the show tonight. If there was an icing on the cake, it would have been you. You packaged the show. You're the bit that some people probably don't even notice. At one point, I did say you do realize this music's live because, again, the band are so subtle. They're so hidden away. I'm sure there are people who leave the theatre who don't realize you are actually singing.
Yeah, I am singing. Yeah.
Incredible.
I cannot wait to have a week off and shut up.
You can hear too much of yourself, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, every day. I mean, I don't even use both in-ears now. I'm like, enough of my voice.
Well, I'm glad I didn't feel like that this evening. Congratulations, incredible. Claire, this Orlando accent you've got where are you from in America?
I have not got an Orlando accent.
You lost your accent.
That's what a lot of my friends say when I get home. I try to stay very British, but it's
You are. Where are you from? Come on.
I'm from Sandhurst in Berkshire.
Well, that'll teach you. Very posh, you see. I'm from Nottingham. It's very north.
Yeah, I lived in Bournemouth before I came here, and trained in Bournemouth.
Is this the dream? I mean, you've gone from the Olympics, which I have to say, to me, seems incredibly unglamorous. Now, I'm not saying this is glamorous in the sense that you're doing 2 shows a night, 5 nights a week. It's incredibly taxing. But at least you've got sparkly lights and great singers to listen to.
Yeah, that's true. We have sparkly lights at the Olympics, too. I had a great time at the Olympics. It was an amazing event. I'm glad I did it. I came here. It's a completely different world. But the Olympics comes around once every 4 years, and whatever you do on that day, that's it. You have another 4 years to wait. This I can do. If my 6 o'clock show isn't the best show I've ever done in my life, my 9 o'clock show can be. Yeah. And we do it 478 times a year. So, and it's great. Every day I love the buzz of the audience, and yeah, it's really.
This isn't an original question. I'm sure you've been asked it before, but just alluding to what you just said, how do you mentally cope with your life depending on probably 30 seconds? I mean, the Olympics is such incredible pressure within a confined space, and it's over like that. You get it wrong, you're out, and there's no proving yourself. You might not even be doing it 4 years later.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, for us, World Championships was our biggest thing. The Olympics, not all of the best of the world got to go because it was only 1 per country for trampolining, which it's different. So I went with a very different frame of mind. I already knew that I was going to Cirque du Soleil after. I knew that this was going to be my last ever competition, and I said to myself, you just have to go out there and enjoy it, enjoy the whole experience. And that's what I did. It was the most relaxed I've ever been in competition, which was strange.
Are you on medication? How could you do that? I couldn't. I mean, the pressure.
No, I can't be like her. She's always like this.
No, I know. I had people phone me after and they'd watched on TV and they said, we've never seen you so relaxed at competition. And it was true. I just was there to enjoy.
Which Olympics?
Beijing. Yep, 2008.
They put on a good show, didn't they?
They did a very good job. And yeah, I came straight here after and I felt like I'd come from one circus to another. It was, yeah.
Wow. And does theatrics come naturally to you? Because as great as you have to be physically to do the stunts that you're doing, and by the way, they are phenomenal and brilliant, and again, we can't do it justice, you have to be a showman. You've got to like the attention and putting on a show. That's what Cirque's about.
Yeah, since I was a kid, I was pretty much the class clown. I enjoy clowning around. And now while I'm here, I'm lucky enough to be the backup for the cleaning lady, which is one of the main characters too. So I get to play, because our role in the show as a house troupe person is marching, and we have to stick to the regimented marching across the stage. So when the opportunity came up to do cleaning lady, it was, yay, I can let loose and have some fun with this. So yes, I enjoy the theatrical side.
I always ask performers this, and again, I've got to ask you, do you realise how special you are to be asked to do this? There must be a line of 500 people behind you who could probably sing the show half as well as you could, who would probably do it for a tenth of the money. I mean, it's such a thrill, isn't it, to be given the gig?
I'm really grateful on a daily basis. You know, I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh my gosh, I mean, I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be singing. I mean, I cannot even imagine doing anything else but this. I mean, can you imagine me be behind the desk and working in an office? I'd be fired.
It'd also be a travesty. I mean, you were born to do this. And in this show, you put the F in fabulous. You've got these frocks and these dresses and these outfits that, I mean, if you can't have fun in those.
I mean, it's great. I love it.
You must feel a bit daft walking around Walmart in them. Do you have to take them off before you go home?
No, let me tell you something. I wanted to come here with a dress to do this interview, and she said, "Are you serious?"
I would have loved that.
Like that.
We could take
like,
pictures.
Going like that. I was like, "Yeah." She's like, so I was like, "Let me take it off. Let me take it off." That's why I'm in a robe right now.
Yeah, we're lucky. We sit next to each other in the dressing room, so we keep each other sane and we have a good giggle.
These guys in it are of their top of their game. I mean, you see the guy who's swinging around on the tissue scene, which is basically a guy who holds onto a bit of tissue and flies around the stage. Incredibly toned. And your music on top, it was the most moving scene, I think, of the show, let's face it. It brought a tear to everybody's eye, including mine, and I'm some cynical journalist from England. When you're looking down at that, how does it feel to see them doing what they're doing while you're doing what you're doing? I mean, it is miraculous that it's possible.
And to tell you the truth, I mean, if they were not as good as they are, it would make my job difficult. Literally, I sing when they move, and if they do extra stuff, I do it vocally, which is really a blessing. I mean, if they sucked, that would be really bad.
Yeah, we don't want that at Cirque du Soleil. We want no sucking here.
Back, right?
Girls, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. I must be on nightmare. We're coming on 8 o'clock. You're back on at 9.
No, this was great. This was fantastic.
Well, that's very kind of you. I mean, 2 shows every night. It's hard work, this, isn't it? And you've got training as well. How do you make every show special? How do you get through it? Because let's face it, this is a job, as fun as this amazing job is.
Well, every show is different. Something always goes wrong and it makes us giggle. There's a lot going on backstage, and we get each other through it, you know? Like today, it is a hard day. It's our last day before the break, but it's everyone's upbeat and excited, and yeah, the audience was amazing tonight.
You're here in Orlando, Florida. Where do we go for our week off? Iceland, Syria? I mean, you're in the entertainment capital.
You're going to die. I'm going to London tomorrow.
Are you really?
Yeah, my sister's doing Lion King. That she's Rafiki right now, so I'm going to go see her.
15
and literally last week, we had like 12 shows. I don't know how I did those shows. I don't know how I did the shows,
It's
but
tough
just
on your voice.
yeah, it's tough on my voice. But literally, sometimes my voice comes out, and I'm like, I don't even know where it's coming from, because they make it easy for me.
Right. And these are tough songs to sing. We've got the CD. I'm going to play it in the car on the way home, because these are beautiful songs, perfectly written, with great staging, incredible lighting, the best performers in the world, let's face it, at the top of your game. You can't really go wrong. No matter where you see Cirque du Soleil around the world, it is a guaranteed ticket. And I can't say that. If you were to say to me, is every musical great? No, they're not. But from what I've seen, and I've seen, I think, nearly all of them now, Cirque just guarantees you that ticket. They put so much into every inch. It must be a nightmare to work for them, because they're all over you, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. We come here at the top of our game, and we have to just try and stay up there and train and make sure that we're looking good in the show.
And you do. Both of you look fabulous. Thank you so much for talking to me. Nouba's on here at Cirque du Soleil. It's on at Disney Downtown, which you can get in for free. You don't have to go into the park. And a beautiful man-made theatre. I mean, again, who else could build their own theatre for a production?
Yeah, nobody.
And there you are, dangling above the stage, singing, stretching your oratoria.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's one way of phrasing it, isn't it? But you didn't dangle in The Lion King. Hey, listen, great to talk to you girls. 5 days a week, 10 shows a week. It's amazing you're still standing. Enjoy your week off.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely to meet you.